Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, check this out, man. LeBron James said something real important about Adam Silver that I respect in Adam Silver. One thing I do respect about Adam Silver, he doesn't spend as much time in front of the camera as David Stern, because we all know David Stern had this mentality that he thought motherfuckers came to see his white ass, and they didn't. And he had the mentality of Calvin Candy, aka a slave master that thought he was running a plantation full of niggas. And that need to be said about David Stern, man. I always thought David Stern was an undercover white supremacist, among other things. But we'll leave that at that. But at the end of the day, man, LeBron James says Adam Silver respects them as men, something that David Stern failed to realize, that those NBA players were men, not boys. And he thought that he needed to try to go as far as to tell these dudes how to dress and all that type of shit, which was ridiculous. That dress code was absurd. You know, it was absurd. It was racist, and people need to just put that shit out there about the shit. You know, it is what it is. But nevertheless, he says that Adam Silver supports what they do. He said as long as they don't promote violence and that type of shit, he'll, step aside and let them voice their opinion. And unfortunately, that's what David Stern didn't like. He didn't see those dudes as men. He saw them as boys, livestock, whatever you want to call it. So that's the difference between, David Stern, Adam Silver, and, Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell to me is an undercover white supremacist, because they quick to lay down the law on any NFL player that's even remotely accused of some kind of domestic violence crime against white women. But, you know, you got all kind of issues with players, you know, where they get called niggers and all that type of shit, and he won't address it. And he has a history of inconsistencies on who he loves to lay the law down with versus who he gives passes to. You know, the NFL, the only thing they care about is their profit margin. You know, they feel like these players are interchangeable at any given time. That's why they have these bullshit contracts where one year they can pay you 20 million, then the next year ask will you take 2 million the next year. So it is what it is with the NFL, man. And these commissioners shit. I think Roger Goodell is a undercover white supremacist. That's it. That's all. Keep in mind, this motherfucker Roger Goodell gave himself a raise. Boy, don't that take nerve. But anyway, man, I'm out.